Payment Pulse, a podcast by ExplorePay, a leading full-service payment provider.
Welcome to Payment Pulse, where SaaS strategy meets real-world revenue. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Michelle. Today we're talking about one of the most powerful retention levers in software.
Most SaaS companies obsess over things like onboarding flows, feature adoption, and their customer support teams, but they overlook one of the stickiest parts of the product, the way customers get paid.
So here's what we're explaining today: why payments have quietly become one of the strongest retention strategies in SaaS.
Because when payments are embedded into the product, everything gets stickier.
Customers build habits inside your workflows instead of hopping between tools.
And once operations depend on those workflows, churn gets a lot harder.
Add in reliable statements and transparent fees, and that's where trust shows up.
Then layer on transaction-based revenue that grows as customers grow and premium payment features that unlock expansion over time.
Put it all together: habit, trust, growth, and it adds up to one thing.
If customers run their money through your platform every day, the odds of leaving drop fast.
Money creates habits.
And money creates loyalty.
And panic when something breaks.
Oh, absolutely, because no one calmly submits a support ticket about missing funds. So traditionally, payments have lived in the back office, separate portal, separate login, different brand.
The don't look at it unless accounting questions it approach.
Right. But embedded payments flip that. Now every transaction reinforces the platform.
Your dashboard becomes muscle memory.
And that's where the costs of switching sneak in, not in contracts, but in workflows.
So let's talk about those tiny annoyances when payments aren't embedded.
Like logging into another system,
Tab hopping through every open window.
reconciling transactions manually.
All of those micro frictions add up.
But when payments live inside the platform, payout initiation, invoice matching, dispute tracking, it's all on the same screen.
Now let's talk about dashboards.
So when transaction data, analytics, and payment controls all live together, your product becomes the single source of truth.
No separate spreadsheets.
No, wait, which system is right?
And branding matters too.
Right, branding is huge.
If the money flows through your interface, your logo, your support team, payments stop feeling like a bolted on feature.
That's true. So they really feel inseparable.
So here's where stickiness becomes real retention.
Because leaving suddenly means retraining staff,
Rebuilding integrations,
migrating years of transaction data,
which is never as clean as the sales deck says it'll be.
ever.
And if you're in a regulated industry, that migration gets terrifying. Audits, compliance reviews, financial reporting.
Yeah, and customers stay because you've become the path of least resistance.
And SaaS being easier than switching is half the battle. Now, let's get into churn.
Because churn doesn't start with cancellation emails.
It starts with an exasperated sigh.
Mhm. Right. And things like delayed payouts and confusing fees.
And transactions that disappear into the void.
So embedded payments give platforms control to engineer that frustration away with features like automated reconciliation and predictable settlements.
And real-time transaction visibility plus proactive alerts before customers even know something's wrong.
That's the move from reactive to protective.
Which is exactly where trust gets built.
Now, let's talk about where loyalty really gets tested and how platforms handle money.
Let's.
Yeah, so users might tolerate clunky reporting.
But they will not tolerate wondering if payroll clears.
Hmm. Because every successful transaction is like a tiny deposit into an emotional trust bank, if you will. So reliable payouts, clear fees, smooth dispute handling, those all compound.
And once your customers trust you with their revenue,
They do not churn lightly.
That's right. Okay, let's shift to lifetime value.
So, traditionally in SaaS, we think retain customers with product and expand with seats.
Embedded payments add a third option, which is transaction based growth.
So, your customers process more volume and you earn more.
No price hike emails required.
Right. It's just math.
And those basis points also add up. So 20 to 50 basis points of volume flowing back to the platform can eclipse subscription revenue.
Especially for high volume users.
Yeah, if you think about it, that customer doing 50K a month,
Yeah, 3 years later, they're doing 200K.
same subscription, quadruple payments revenue.
And that's how modest accounts become VIPs.
Then come the premium layers
Things like dispute management, instant payouts, and fraud protection.
and marketing tools powered by transaction data.
And these don't feel like sales pushes.
Rather, they feel like survival tools as customers scale.
And that's really the best kind of upsell.
I mean, it's really awesome to hear when customers say, wait, you can already do that for me?
Yeah, it really is. So now tell me, what does a retention first payment strategy actually look like?
For me, I would say fully embedded.
And branded, right?
Yeah, transparent settlements
Proactive dispute support is another.
and constant visibility into their money.
Right, right. So these forces reinforce each other, and stickiness gives time for lifetime value to grow.
Yeah, LTV funds better retention programs.
And lower churn means more customers reach the stage where premium payment features just make sense.
It's definitely the flywheel that every organization wants.
That's a really great analogy. So, if you're a SaaS leader listening to this and thinking payments are just a utility,
Clearly, they are not.
yeah, that's right. There's so much more. Their product,
Their experience,
their retention.
and probably your most underutilized revenue engine.
When payments are embedded, branded, and reliable, customers stop thinking about switching.
They run their business on you. And when customers trust you with their revenue, that's when they stick around.
And in a market where switching tools is easy, being the platform customers trust with their revenue might be your biggest competitive advantage.
Well, if you like this episode, you can find more resources and deeper dives on our blog at explorepay.com. That's XPLOR pay.com.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Payment Pulse.